I've not seen any issues. I've seen more issues I don't want to say it, in South America than here.
Oh.
I didn't know that the area that I was staying in was one of the most dangerous places. I had no idea.
Yeah.
He says to me, don't go missing.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's scary.
And I was like, yo!
As a comedian, are you happy, and what is the definition of happiness according to you?
And I wrote a joke about this. If you want to be more confident, go to Johannesburg. With what you're doing, obviously you're Kenyan living in Ethiopia.
Am I happy in that way?
Yeah.
So
we only live once, so you better do it right. Come on and ride with me as we create that life thriving in Africa.
what advice can you tell someone that is looking to come back to Africa?
Oh, it's worth it. It is worth it, and just have a plan. Have a plan of where you want to go, what you want to see. Do your research, and even if it's just a holiday, come spend a significant time, not 1 week, 2. That doesn't
Doesn't
it's
count?
too short.
Yeah.
It's still something, but spend some months if you can. And even if you can do what I'm doing, definitely do it. Because the thing about it is, I've got that opportunity to go back and go, all right, I want to do the 9 to 5 job. You know? You can always do that. That's why I said
for people that are from,
right. So why wouldn't you try this?
Yeah, for sure.
Why wouldn't you try this if you can, if you don't have crazy responsibility? Everyone's got responsibilities, but if you can, I say do it. I meet people like you and just have amazing conversations with people on the streets.
Yeah.
There's so many, and just people have been really nice to me. And in terms of people thinking it's not safe, it's been safe for me. Anyway, I don't know what, I've not seen any issues. I've seen more issues I don't want to say it, in South America than here. With other travelers. You know, here I've not heard of a single traveler saying something's happened to them.
Oh wow, like to individual persons?
Individual persons. Maybe it has, but no one's told me that. But in South America, I heard quite a lot.
Well, I would say it can happen to
It can happen
your
anywhere,
property,
of
but
course.
not to a person.
Correct. Your property, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So.
And it's better if your property goes
than harm to you, of course.
Yeah,
of course. But people have been very kind, like overly kind as well. And I try not to take people's help too much because because sometimes people look at me like, oh, they know you're not from here. So I get it. They're like, oh, okay, he's not from here.
Yeah.
Let me be extra nice to him. I go, no, don't do that.
Yes, please. We are the same.
You're the same.
Yeah.
Treat me. If you insult the locals every day, then please insult me. Bring it on. You know, I don't need that extra.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? No. But people are very nice. People are super nice.
But the thing that I also like is they are also nice to themselves. Like you go to like restaurants, and I'm talking for Ethiopia at least. You go to like restaurants, the local will invite another local, and then when they see you, they will also invite you. Not just because you are foreigner or you're from this place and another place. So I appreciate that aspect of friendliness.
I really do. Yeah. People have been like, I walk down these streets
Coffee invites.
So coffee invites, yes.
Yeah.
People I had coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Oh, okay.
And I had coffee down the side of the road. This lady was like, hey, I think she knew I was foreigner, fair enough. We just went. She said, hey, come have coffee. I said, I don't drink coffee. Okay, come have tea. I said, okay, sure, I'll come. So I had tea with her and with ginger. I love it. And later on, she was like, oh, you should come try coffee. I said, I don't drink coffee. And she was like, listen, you should try. So I said, okay, no problem. I paid in advance. It wasn't much at all.
Yeah.
Came back to the hostel. The next day, 2 days later, I went back and had coffee. Like, I don't drink coffee, but with ginger. Coffee with ginger. It was nice. It was great.
Oh, wow. At least you tried coffee, because you can come to Ethiopia and not try the coffee.
Right.
At least.
I've actually tried it twice. I know, right? Like.
And the sauce.
Correct. And like, I like the history of Ethiopia, and I like the fact, because one of my stand-up sets, I talk about Ethiopia, and I talk about how it's the only country in Africa technically not to be colonized by the Europeans, and the Italians did reside in Ethiopia for a short amount of time, but it wasn't long enough for them to be considered as colonizers. And it's just, you live here, so you've seen how passionate Ethiopians are about their own people and their own culture, the clothes they wear, the music.
Yes. The food.
The food. Ethiopians are so proud of who they are, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to come here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, tell us about South Africa.
So, South Africa was very interesting. So I went to Cape Town first. It was my first African country coming back to Africa after all these years. Cape Town.
Why didn't you go to Ghana immediately? Or you were like, my plan says South Africa, then go like this?
That's a good question. Because I knew if I went to Ghana, I wouldn't leave.
Okay.
That's the problem. I thought, if I get to Ghana, I'm not going to want to go anywhere else. So I thought, let me do everything else first and then end up in Ghana. So I hope it works that way anyway.
Yeah.
So I go to Cape Town, and it's interesting, I say, it's been safe so far, but Cape Town was South Africa. You do your own research about South Africa.
Okay.
It's tricky. So Cape Town, I got there, and the place, the accommodation that I was staying, there was a sign on the wall saying that when you walk in the streets, walk with confidence.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
they will know you're not from here, and
you might get robbed, not hurt, not.
Yeah, mostly it's robbed.
Right. So that's the first thing I saw, and I thought, oh my God, where am I? I'm dead. It's over. It's over. It was nice to know everybody. Peace.
See you in the next
one. But it was fine. For me, again, as a black man, it was fine. I was able to walk the streets at night, but obviously being careful, being aware. I'm always aware of my surroundings. I'm always looking around.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to be worried about anything. So Cape Town I did some tours. Cape Town was very cool. It was very cool. Then I went to Johannesburg. Now that was, it was scary initially because I got there, oh my God. Because people from Cape Town scared me. They said, oh, you're going to Joburg?
That's where the real deal is.
That's what people were saying. They were like, Joburg, good luck. And I didn't know much about Joburg. And so people were scared. People from Cape Town said, oh my God, good luck. And I was like, why are you doing this to me? And they really, they kind of put the fear of God in me a little bit. But when I got there at night. And you could see the craziness in the airport. I was like, oh wow, okay. And then the driver was telling me, he was like briefing me, be careful, do this, do that, okay. And I got to the accommodation. I didn't know that the area that I was staying in was one of the most dangerous places. I had no idea. Yeah. But even though it was said to be dangerous, I didn't see a single issue there. But you could feel it.
Oh, okay.
You could feel it. I got there late at night, maybe around 9, and I wanted to get dinner. And I said to the receptionist, like they have parties at the downstairs all the time. So I said to the receptionist, where can I get some food? And she gave me the menu for the she didn't want me to go out. She goes, here's the menu. I said, no, I want to walk down the street because where I was staying, there was a nightclub like 50 minutes down the road, and there's restaurants, and it's crazy. You can hear the nightclub all night. You can barely sleep. So she says to me, "Yeah, I just have used the menu." And I said, "No, I just want to walk down the street." And she said, "Okay, but when you walk the streets, just go straight. Don't go on any side streets. Don't go left. Don't go right." She goes, "This is South Africa. This is Joburg." And I was like, "Whoa!" And then she looks at me, and as I'm about to walk out, she says to me, "Don't go missing."
Oh wow! Oh wow, that's scary.
And I was like, "Yo, don't go missing. What does that mean? Like, are you have you planned for me to be kidnapped? What's going on?" That was.
I should have welcomed you in Ethiopia with such kind of
Wow, that was a shock to me. So I was just walking down the street, just walking down, not even looking left or right. Yeah. I got something to eat and I walked right back. It was just busy, it was chaotic, but it was nice and there was no issues, but you could feel that I could understand why she said that. And so I got back, and at one point I had a gig. 3 days later I went for a gig, like you catch Ubers. Where I am, I ended up walking the area, but don't walk too far. Even during the day, don't walk too far. So in the evening, I called an Uber to my gig, and I had a comedy show. On my way back, I called an Uber, and the Uber driver said to me, he got there, and he looks at me and says, "Oh, you staying at this place?" I can't take you.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry. Yeah. He says, I'm sorry. I go, what do you mean? He says, oh, it looked like he had seen a ghost. He was like, oh.
Where were you staying? Oh my goodness.
He's like, I'm sorry. I go, so you're gonna leave me? He says, yes, I have to. And he took off. He just drove. And then I walked back into the venue.
Place, yeah.
And I applied for another one. I called for another Uber. And then they came and got me. So that was an interesting experience. And I was thinking to myself, where am I? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should say it in another place. I can say it, but yeah, but it was the accommodation was so cool. It was great. Mm-hmm. It was people great. Yeah. It was fantastic.
So apart from the scares, it wasn't as bad, let's say?
It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad, but you just gotta be careful. But the CBD itself is
it's weird.
Yeah, you like I had a guide initially to take me there, and then not just me but a few people. It's recommended you have a guide, and there's some abandoned buildings there, which is unfortunate. I don't think my understanding is the government has kind of deserted the CBD. So there's amazing buildings. No one's in there. No one uses it. It's like a waste. And later on, I was able to walk into the CBD by myself, but still, you look left and right. At night time, whenever I call an Uber, they don't stop at the lights. They go. Red light, you go.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm saying. Red light, they go.
Oh goodness.
Especially if you feel unsafe, you just go. Which was very interesting. It's the first time I've experienced that. First time I was like, hey, that's a red light. Where are you going? You can try to get us killed.
Can't stop.
But yeah, I understand. Well, underneath the bridge, it was dark, and he just went. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. So it gave me a feel of that. Kenya, none of that whatsoever. I didn't get that feeling. Even though I went to Mombasa, and it was fine. I went to Mombasa's beautiful, and I went to a place called Diani Beach later on. Well, and again, when I got to Mombasa and I was going to Nairobi, people were like, oh, you're going to Nairobi?
Nairobi is dangerous.
Oh my God.
That's so funny though.
But I go to Nairobi, nothing. Not even a single thing. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I'm a black man, but
we're all black.
I don't understand what maybe people have, obviously people have had different experiences and that's why they say that, and that is fine.
I have to say as a Kenyan, Nairobi has changed. Before it was, they would notice any new person in Nairobi.
Oh, they noticed me, they did.
Yeah, but like notice you to steal your everything, including your clothes and shoes. Yeah, it was that bad. Thank God for safety now.
Your people, huh?
Now it's transformed. To a point, you as a Kenyan, if you live out of Nairobi, you're scared of going to Nairobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it was bad before.
Okay, so that's where people
changed. Yeah, so but still, the mentality might have not like completely changed. Even now, you still have to be like careful, cautious.
Of course.
Stuff like this.
Yeah, I was very cautious. And for me, I vlog in every city that I go to. Mm-hmm. Like I've got a camera on my phone, depending on where I am and how I feel. I'll be recording the streets. So I'm always careful because people might just steal your camera, steal your phone, whatever.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So people like you are, no?
You have to be careful because you never know. Either I'll be vlogging and another person continues the vlog.
Right. I got you. Yeah. So I was always careful. The two cities that I didn't record was in Cali in Colombia, too dangerous, and Johannesburg.
Extremely dangerous.
Extremely. You're kidding yourself.
Yeah, you have to go with the military.
You have to be.
Because when you're vlogging, really, this is why we are saying.
You're walking the streets.
It's like, hey, look at me. I'm either a foreigner or I'm seeking attention or something like this.
Correct.
So you're saying, whoever's causing danger, here I am.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. Interesting. And I found it very interesting because when they said walk the streets with confidence, even in Cape Town, I was thinking to myself, wow, and I wrote a joke about it. I was like, wow, so that means that you can't even have a bad day. Imagine if you're having a bad day and you're sad and you put your head down, they're like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Confidence.
He's got no confidence. Let's go. Like you lost it's a Friday afternoon, you lost your job. Imagine, you're sad. You're thinking you're thinking of how to feed your family. You know, oh my God, I lost my job. You're down. You're walking the streets down. You're gonna get robbed. That's crazy.
It'll be like lack of confidence.
So yeah, South Africa is the only country that if you have a bad day, the locals can help you make it worse. South Africans, I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'm kidding. I've actually written a joke about that. But yeah, it's it's very. South Africa is a beautiful country. I'll go back. Johannesburg, I'll go back again for sure. Even though people, but now I'm a bit more comfortable.
Now you just know confidence and you're good to go.
Right. But yes, go to South Africa. Go everywhere. Go everywhere in Africa. And I'm looking forward to, like, when I get to Ghana, I'm going to work. Like, just find a job while I work on my comedy career. If I can find something that pays within comedy enough for me to pay my bills, I'll be happy. I'll be so happy. So I'm going to go there and just work hard.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. On this episode, it's called Buna with Desta. Buna means coffee, but I know you don't take coffee. That's why I offered you water. Otherwise, we take coffee.
But you heard that I tasted coffee, so you didn't bring me coffee.
But you had already mentioned
didn't bring me coffee.
You had told me.
You see?
You don't take coffee.
You see?
I didn't want to be those people. I'm Kenyan.
Exactly. Kenyan. I'm scared already. I'm already scared.
Okay, calm down.
I'm calm.
Thank you very much. Buna means coffee, okay? Desta means happy. So
happy coffee? Coffee happy. Okay.
Wow, okay. Buna with Desta. Desta is me, but like I love asking people about their state of happiness. So I wanted to know, as a comedian, are you happy, and what is the definition of happiness according to you?
I've never been happier.
Oh wow.
Because I'm on a direction, on a path that is totally different to what I was doing, and I feel that there's more of a purpose in what I'm doing. And so I wake up and I'm excited. That's my only problem is I need to turn it off sometimes. You see me downstairs and I'm always working. I'm always trying to edit. I'm trying to record. Okay, what skit can I do?
It's a good form of addiction.
It is. Yeah, it's a good form of addiction.
Not addiction, obsession.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm learning how to be kind to myself. So I've got a little note that I put in my wallet. I wrote that maybe 3 years ago. And then one of the most important things is be kind to yourself. I wrote that in capitals. I haven't always been kind to myself in the past. And I know that is extremely important than anything else. I was hard on myself when I was younger. And then I know that is important if I want to achieve what I want to achieve. If I make a mistake, it's okay. Give myself a hug and just go, don't worry about it. Because I know I'm trying my best. And I know how hard I'm working. So I'm working really hard and not getting paid for it. And then, you're doing what you need to do. And sometimes when it doesn't work, you get frustrated. I get frustrated, but you need to let yourself know that it's okay. And a lot of people are like that, where we're hard on ourselves. You need to give yourself a break. If you're trying your hardest, yes. If you're slacking off, then you know. You know. Yeah. But I know I'm not slacking off, so I just need to kind of be kind to myself. So yeah, it's the happiest I've been in a long time, which is good. Yeah.
So your perspective about happiness is more about how you're kind to yourself?
Perspective, that's part of it, but perspective on it is having a purpose. Like, I think if you've got a purpose and you know your why and you're doing it, you will be happy. Like, I'm not saying that you're always going to be happy. It doesn't work that way. Happiness is not, you just don't. I think when you challenge yourself, the reward you get is happiness. Part of it is happiness. If you challenge yourself and this is all challenging to me. It's not easy. I'm not just like, I'm going to Egypt next. I don't know what I'm going to face. I don't know what I'm going to see. But it's a challenge. And once I get there and I overcome that, then it builds confidence. Right? And confidence, I think it's important in everybody. It's important for yourself. It's important other people see it as well. There's nothing sexier than a confident woman. You're like, oh, okay, rather than somebody that is, no, I don't know about myself.
Johannesburg.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Be confident.
Walk the streets with confidence. Do you know what? Johannesburg,
I should have said South Africa, not Johannesburg.
South Africa in general.
Yeah.
I wrote a joke about this. If you want to be more confident, go to Johannesburg. They'll teach you. You get me? They'll teach you. Don't worry. You'll be walking the streets with confidence. You have to. It's survival. So, yeah, I think confidence is important, but you can't just say, I'm confident. You have to do things to be confident.
To be confident, yeah.
I think, anyway. You don't.
It's true. It's not something like you can just say and
you can't just can't just generate it out of nothing. But if you do things and you get confident you get confidence from improving, and even if it's in a skill set. Yeah, I think it's important. What about you?
About confidence or?
No, the same question you asked me.
If I'm happy?
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
No, I'm interviewing you. What makes you happy?
That's interesting because I think every time, with all the time calling myself happiness, or always being called happiness, it puts me in this place that I have to keep evaluating my state of happiness.
Is it pressure?
Not like pressure, but like accountability. So, over the last 2 or 3 months, my perspective of happiness has changed, where it's not necessarily whether I'm smiling or stuff like this, but like what is the contentment that I have within, despite whatever environmental things are happening.
Right.
I also have to say it has a lot of energy to go around it, like what energy am I in, and also that I'm giving to the world as well as consuming, taking in. Yeah, so content plays a big role in my definition of happiness.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with what you're doing, obviously you're Kenyan living in Ethiopia.
Am I happy in that way?
Yeah.
Oh yes. But to be honest, especially when I listen to people that are on the move continuous, I miss that continuous travel. But I am here currently, I'm on a challenge of trying to stay in one place because I was getting addicted to the aspect of from here move to the next, what's next. So I wanted to cap that for a minute and see what it is. So I decided, you know what? So this is a challenge for me to try and stay in one place.
That's perfect.
So yeah, and I'm happy going through this challenge.
I like to hear that because it's like you're already good at moving around, right? Why don't you try staying? So if you can do that, then you're a complete person. You're more of a complete person, you know what I mean? Instead of just doing the one thing, I move around all the time. Okay, can you actually stay still for a moment in a place that is foreign to you?
Yeah.
And you're doing that, so congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's good.
Wow, it's been amazing. It's been real. I'm excited for your journey. I can't wait to meet you one day. And
Yes.
Like,
remember the conversation we had?
Yeah, like, can we pick it up from
Yes,
there? How did it go?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
How good would that be?
Exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Also because I'm looking into West Africa.
Yes.
Probably you'll be in Ghana the times that I'm thinking.
Yeah, come to Ghana.
A connect really
Yes,
would be amazing.
definitely.
Maybe attend one of your comedy shows. Oof, that would be fun. I'd love to.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, tell us about where we can find you.
So I am on Instagram and YouTube. So I am Akwasi. So I-A-M and then my name A-K-W-A-S-I. So I am Akwasi on Instagram and YouTube. Same name. On TikTok I am Akwasi Comedian. So Akwasi and then Comedian.
You also do a podcast.
Yes, I have a podcast.
What is it about?
That's a very good point. So my podcast, I started with a friend of mine called Faz. We were both in Melbourne. It was just before the lockdown, and we continued it during the lockdown via Zoom. And he moved to Kenya. His wife is Kenyan. He's from Somalia, and his wife is Kenyan. So they moved to Kenya, and I was in Australia trying to figure out what I was going to do. And then I decided to travel, and I went through, like I said, Colombia, Jamaica, South Africa, and when I got to Kenya, we reconnected and we were chatting and we're like, hey, we need to start this podcast again, and it's called Your Mate. So in Australia, Your Mate is like we are mates or friends.
We're friends. Okay.
And then in Africa. So we talk about our, it's just as African men, we talk about what life is like. We talk about my travels. We talk about him moving his family from Australia to Ethiopia, to Kenya, and to his business, what he's got a marketing business. And going forward, we're going to be talking about our experiences, just how we feel and what it's like to be on the continent. So it's exciting because we've both not been back for a while. I've not been back for longer, but it's good that we're both on the continent. Just hanging out.
You have some good jokes over there.
Yes.
Some good pants as well.
Yes,
so
yes. We're always joking around. So yeah, we're fooling around all the time, but also talking about serious things, and
Wow, you guys, I had fun. Thank you very much.
So did I. Thank you.
Yeah, you know where you can go find him, and if you have more questions, feel free to ask him. I guess that is it from us. Always remember to create time for that which ignites your soul. Until next time.